Okay, let's be honest for a sec. When was the last time you did something for you? I don't mean like taking a break to go run errands or taking a shower or doing your skincare, like daily little things like that. I mean, when was the last time you poured into like a passion project or something of the sort? Hi, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I'm Ashley. I'm sitting in a squeaky chair, and I'm also trying to get all of my February videos done wearing this very attractive ensemble. So let's dive into it. I am a mom of almost 4 little ones, and I think it's time we as moms take a good hard look at ourselves and think about who we are outside of taking care of everybody around us. And listen, I know it's hard because I'm living it. I don't have that much time to myself. I still have a very young, almost like not even 1-year-old baby, and so my sleep is not always solid through the night. This morning I woke up very tired because I didn't get a very good night's sleep. That happens a lot. It's hard to just, carve out a nice few hours for me to go and take a dance class like I used to, or go to help out a local color guard group or dance team and be gone for a competition all day, unless I'm a director. And those things are really fun to me and I enjoy them, and I especially enjoy them in the past. But I think as I have entered this new chapter of life as a mom, I realize how intentional I have to be about my time, because I really don't want to lose myself in being a mom. And that's kind of the whole premise of this channel, right? I think not enough people talk about how you lose yourself in motherhood, or how you went into motherhood not really having your own thing. And so when you went into it not having whatever hobby that you used to do, it's kind of hard to find yourself again because you never really found yourself before you became a mom. And I'm not saying that being a mom can't be a dream of yours, because it's a dream of mine. It's a dream come true and I absolutely love it. But we also have to acknowledge the fact that we owe it to ourselves to dig deeper and find out what is it besides being a caregiver that makes us come alive. Who were you before you had kids? Were you an athlete? Were you an artist of some sort? Were you a creative person? Did you like to party? So I think it's really important for us to look in the past and think about what we used to love to do as teenagers, as kids, as young adults in college, and maybe use that, kind of get ideas jogging about what you can do moving forward. So for example, I grew up playing instruments, and I was in orchestra, and I grew up playing piano, and then I started doing color guard in high school, and then I literally did not stop doing color guard until, just very recently. After I stopped being a performer at the end of my college years, I transitioned into being an educator, and then I did that up until I moved, which was very recent. And so for me to become disconnected from that part of my life, it's challenging, but it's also exciting because it allows me to think of how I can continue to scratch that creative itch that I always have in a different way, right? So if you used to be an athlete, if you're an adult, it's hard to find a team to join or find the time to do it. You don't want it to take up a ton of your time all the time. Maybe you do participate in some kind of a sport. Maybe it's a solo sport, or maybe it's a team sport. Surely there are lots of other adults just like you who are interested in the same activity, right? Pickleball is becoming incredibly popular. I suck at it. I wish I was good at it. It's fun, but I'm not very good at it, and I will admit it. So if you used to be a creative person, how can you still be creative but in other ways? As someone who used to be a performer and a dancer, I kind of always liked a little bit of everything. I was a musician, I sang, I liked writing. In this day and age, it's kind of a fun to put videos together and put them on the internet, and so I've really enjoyed content creation. It would be super cool to make money from YouTube, and I would love for that to happen. But if I end up not making any ad revenue ever, I think that's okay, because I think there are other ways you can monetize the things that you are interested in. That's a whole nother topic, because I love talking about entrepreneurship. Let me know if you want me to make a video where I talk about business ideas, because I love to do that. But content creation lights me up, and it's fun because it gives me it allows me to make like a scrapbook of all of the memories that I kind of collect over time. If time is a challenge for you, take a good hard look at how you can carve out time for yourself. Once you do start thinking about, okay, I think I want to try doing this in my free time. Well, where's the free time, right? Is it on the weekends? Is it before or after the kids go to bed? Is it while they're in school? Is it once a week after you get off of work and the kids are already home with your husband or whomever? Maybe you have a babysitter. I think the point here is to think about how you can carve out, just even if it's just a little bit. I think getting into the habit of making time for you, aside from self-care, aside from going to Target by yourself, start small and then you can build onto it. How can you give more time to you to pour into the things that you love to do? I also think it's important that your spouse knows how you feel, because sometimes they don't know, they don't realize everything that we're going through, because we carry a lot of the mental load. We're running everywhere. We're always thinking of what errands need to be run, who needs to be where, packing for everything. Do we have everything? What order should we do this in to be most efficient? Oh, so-and-so is gonna be here while the other person is there. You know, just a lot of coordination. And I think to an outsider, even if it's your husband, they might not realize, oh, you know, that's a lot. You need to talk with them. And this is probably a completely separate tangent, but you know, if you're feeling like you are giving, and you're not giving back enough to yourself, and you feel like you'd like to have your own thing that you spend time doing because it's gonna make you a better wife, a better mom, I think it's worth having a conversation about. You don't have to blame anything on anybody. It's okay if they don't quite have a solution for you, because if you have a husband, men tend to just want to help you find a solution, which is great, and I love that. But sometimes you just need to let them know how you are feeling. Maybe they'll help you come to the solution, or maybe they just need to kind of know that what's on your mind until you figure out what the solution is on your own. But the point is, talk to them about it, work as a team to figure out how you can carve out some time for you to do your special thing that's for you. I think one of the many takeaways from diving into a passion project, finding your unicorn space, if you will, if you read that book by Eve Rodsky, is that her name? Great book. She makes lots of fantastic points. I think it is an incredible way to meet other people who are interested in the same things as you. Because I don't know about you, well, I'm probably not a good example, but I hear a lot of people talk about how hard it is for them to make friends as a mom. And I get it, because it's like, we're not in school anymore. And I mean, making friends as an adult just in general is not easy, especially when you throw on that extra layer of having kids. You want your kids to be compatible and get along, but like the parents also have to get along. It can be a very delicate dance, you know? You don't want to, you know, even though your kids get along, you might not necessarily want to go on play dates if you just don't click with that parent. And so it's easy to feel lonely and not have any friends, especially if you don't have a ton of friends that are parents as well, you know? It's one thing to have friends, but it's another to have friends that also have kids, because they know exactly what you're going through. And you can often kill two birds with one stone by having your kids hang out and you guys hang out. I digress. But think of all the cool friendships and people you could meet by diving into what Eve Rodsky calls your unicorn space. Diving into your own passion project. Finding other people who really enjoy a certain sport, or maybe you join a book club, or you really enjoy event planning, so you start doing that on the side and you start meeting other people within that space that can all come together and both serve a purpose but also can become your new friends. It's so important that we not only take time to pour into ourselves and have an identity outside of being a mom, but also that we are connecting with other people, because humans are wired for connection. Even if it's just one other person. No matter how introverted you are, everybody needs at least one friend. Now, I know I talked about, you know, if you were an athlete, you can get into activities that involve physical activity, but I think there is something special about diving into something that allows you to be creative, because it kind of helps you find your identity. I know that kind of sounds cliche, but it helps you develop your thoughts, ideas, and how you express them to the world, whether it's through writing, painting, dancing, acting, singing, playing an instrument. Maybe it's the art of doing nails. I don't know. There's so many different ways you can be creative. Video editing, you know. Being able to be creative is so important because it allows you to make things. And I think as a woman, being creative is all about finding flow and following that energy, and it really allows us to tap into that feminine energy, but in a different way. You know, you tap into that feminine energy when you're taking care of your family, but this allows you to tap into it in a different way. It's just like a different shade of light, if you will. Being feminine and being nurturing and caring for other people is a very special thing, but also getting to sparkle in your feminine energy and putting it out there through the different projects that you are involved in is an indescribable feeling. I feel like we as women, we want to make things beautiful. That's why most of us really like decorating our homes and making things feel cozy and look nice. It's just in our nature to find the beauty in everything and to make things beautiful. Taking that into consideration when you're thinking about what you can start doing on the side as your passion project. When you understand that it's in our nature to make things beautiful, maybe it'll allow you to reframe the way you look at creativity. Because I know sometimes it's hard for people to imagine themselves as creative people, because you might have a certain perception of what being creative might be, but it's so much more than what I think most people think it is. But anyway, my battery's dying, so I think I'm gonna end it here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.